What the fuck? This is going to be a rant video, guys. And the reason it's going to be a rant video is because I've had a horrible, miserable day. And let me just tell you why. It's Halloween. My favorite holiday. I'm dressed like Robin Hood. But hat, everything. Like, you get the picture. It's been the worst Halloween ever. And let me tell you why. Because I'm dealing with stupid people. I had a guy who was going to come over today. And we were going to have a little fun, if you catch my drift, gays. And then we were going to have a few shots of rum, maybe have a couple margaritas that I would make, and then we would get in our costumes together and head over to the big Halloween party area of the city and have a good time. This was not my idea. My original idea was I didn't want to do anything big for Halloween. I just wanted to stay in, watch a couple of spooky movies, have a couple glasses of wine, maybe get a Ouija board and scare myself a little bit. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't plan on anything big. But all of a sudden, I put up just this one tweet on Twitter, and I was like, don't really know what I'm going to do for Halloween, was thinking of maybe dressing up, but I don't know. And all of a sudden, I get this reply from this guy that I haven't talked to in forever, who has had a reputation of standing me up and not, like, always meeting when he says he was going to, but I was willing to put that aside. We started talking, and he wanted to come over and fool around and get ready for Halloween. And then another good friend of mine wanted to get together too, and I was like, okay, fine. Here's what we're going to do. Here's the game plan. 2 o'clock. One guy was supposed to come over, have some fun with me, and I mean, 2 o'clock was not my idea. 2 o'clock was his idea. And I got my ass up out of bed, even though I was up till 4 in the morning. I shouldn't have been, but I was. I got my ass up out of bed at 11:30. I cleaned my entire studio, vacuumed, scrubbed the floor. I did everything to make it look presentable, because I like my place looking presentable when I bring people over. I took a shower, I scrubbed every bit of my body. When I have sex, I don't like to look bad, so I shaved every bit of hair off of my chest, every bit of hair off of my private parts. I went to Walgreens and I got a motherfucking douche to clean myself out so I would be nice and fresh for this guy, because he's very well endowed, and I was ready to have a lot of fun with him. I was ready to get very drunk on rum. I was ready to get in my costume together and, like, compare and head over to Boys Town in Chicago together for the big old parade and partying. So I do all of that. It is then 5 o'clock. I'm watching RuPaul's Drag Race reruns and still not a word from him. I finally get a call being like, oh, sorry, I've been hungover all day and really, like, sleepy. Motherfucker. One, I've been texting him all day, and then I'm like, bitch, is it really that hard for a motherfucker to answer her goddamn cell phone? Is it really that hard for this guy to just answer his cell phone and let me know, oh, sorry, I'm going to be late? But no, he couldn't answer his cell phone because he was asleep. Why? Because he was hungover and drunk. I'm sorry, but if you decide you want to come all the way from the suburbs, an hour away, and you want to come into the city and visit a friend at 2 o'clock, bitch, you do not get so fucking stone drunk that you can't wake up the next day. I was calm and collected. I said, oh, no big, just, let me know when you're on your way. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, if I knew I had to make an hour's trip into the city, then another extra 20 to 30 minutes on the subway to get to this guy's house, and I said that I would be there at 2 o'clock. All right, listen to me, people. I have no patience whatsoever. That's the thing here. I don't have patience. I have no patience, and I especially hate lateness. If you say you are going to be at my place at 2 o'clock, I expect you to be there at 2 o'clock on the dot. If you are going to be there at 2:05, 2:10, 2:15, all you got to do is pick up a phone and let me know, hey, I'm running a little late. I know that's kind of anal retentive, but you know what? That's me. I'm anal retentive about time. If I'm going to be late, I let people know. Usually I'm early for stuff, but if people say I'm going to be there at 2 o'clock, then I'm going to be there at 2 o'clock. So there is that thing. I was already pissed off because the fool shouldn't have been drinking and getting drunk in the first place when he knows he was supposed to be here. So then my other friend calls, and he's like, what's going on? What are we doing? I'm like, you're the one that asked me. Why should I know? Here's what was supposed to happen. 2 o'clock, from 2 o'clock to about probably 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, I was supposed to be with this one guy, having sex, drinking, getting in my costume, going to the bars, partying. Then I was supposed to leave him, meet up with my other good buddy, go to a haunted house, and go to the club, spend the rest of the night with him. So I decided to get to the bar at 7 o'clock. Because now, the one guy who was supposed to come over is now coming with friends, people that I don't even know, and is just going to meet me at the bar. So I'm like, okay, fine. And he said, once again, he was going to be there at 7. Then, my other buddy, who I'm supposed to go to the haunted house with, texts me. He says he's going to be at the bar around 8:30, 9 o'clock. 8:30. It's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock right now, because I finally decided to come home. Because after almost 4 hours of just waiting around, I ended up leaving the bar to go outside to watch the Halloween parade, and then couldn't get back in because they decided to put up a cover for money that I didn't have. So I'm waiting around in the cold, just walking up in the street, and then my phone decides to die. And right before it dies, I sent a text to both of them. I said, listen guys, my phone is dying right now. It's going to go off. If you need to get a hold of me, you're not going to be able to. Just meet me at the corner of Halsted and Broadway, because that's where I was in Chicago, Halsted and Belmont. I was at the corner of Halsted and Belmont in front of the nightclub Spin in Chicago, in Boys Town, Chicago. And I said to both of them, I sent 2 separate texts, and I said, my phone is about to die. Here's where I am, just meet me there. For 2 hours after sending that text, I'm waiting. My phone is dead. Finally, I said, fuck it, I've had it with the shit, and I came home. I turn on my phone. I get a message from my buddy, shall we call him B, the one I was supposed to go to the haunted house with, saying, meet me at the L, meet me here, and I was furious that he sent me that text. Then I called him and I said, bitch, you got my text that my phone was about to die. I didn't get that. He's like, where are you? I'm like, I had to come home to charge my phone because I didn't know where anybody was and I didn't know if they were trying to get a hold of me or what. And I'm like, I got to charge my phone. And I'm like, where are you? And he's like, well, I'm in a cab. I'm like, I thought you were taking the L. And he says, yeah, we were, but we were in Boys Town for about a half hour. I guess we had just missed you. And we got bored, so we decided to go to the haunted house, but I got the directions wrong, so I decided to take a cab. So now I'm not even going to the haunted house because and then the other guy who I was supposed to have sex with hasn't even bothered to call me. I'm almost positive I saw him go into the nightclub as I was leaving and didn't even bother looking for me because he's a little flake. I'm still going to be his friend and I'm still probably going to have sex with him someday, but I'm not going to tolerate his shit anymore. And I'm sorry if I'm being crude or being a little like, oh, that it's all about me and people need to know where I am. But you know what, bitch? I'm the one that's living in the city. Y'all bitches are the one coming from way out of town. I shouldn't have to be waiting on your ass. Y'all should have been there. I'm the one that can just hop on a train and in 2 minutes be at the club. So y'all shouldn't be making me wait when you know I'm like around everything. Y'all should have been there when you said you were going to. First guy, you should have been here at 2 o'clock or at least 3 o'clock like you said you was going to. You shouldn't have been drinking the night before and gotten super drunk. But you know what? Whatever. You said you were going to be at the club at 7. You should have been there at 7. And for my other buddy, you know what? I mean, it's all about respect. For someone to make me wait on them, to not answer their cell phone, to not tell me where they are or how long it's going to be, but to just let me wait for them and just be completely silent is so rude and disrespectful. Especially when I'm the one living in the city, when I'm the one not making the big journey, but I'm waiting for you. This costume, I'm Robin Hood. This costume is $50. Over $50 that I spent. I bought it yesterday after running around for 4 hours like a maniac trying to find a good costume. Because of course it's the day before Halloween. I didn't need to spend $50. Turns out I didn't need to spend $50 because nobody ended up showing up. I took the day off work. I could have been making money, but I decided to take the day off work because I thought my buddy was going to be here at 2 o'clock and I didn't want to keep him waiting. I didn't want to keep him waiting. So this is why this Halloween has just sucked. Because one, I was originally just going to sit at home and do my own thing. That didn't happen. And now, after like all this planning and all this preparation, Just one thing after another. I shouldn't even have gone to the bars. That's my fault. That's me being stupid. I should have just stayed at home until I got a text from both of them saying, hey, we're here. Oh, and here's the other good thing. Turns out that I couldn't even hang with both of them at the same time because I found out they each had, like, slept with each other's boyfriends at different times, so they both hate each other. So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I can't even see you guys at the same time. I have to, like, coordinate around you so you don't have a fight with each other. It is just, I find it so disrespectful when somebody cannot answer their cell phone or when someone cannot plan appropriately. If you say, I want to be at your apartment at 2 o'clock, then bitch, you make sure you're there at 2 o'clock. It is so rude and so disrespectful and so just flat out mean and stupid to make someone wait for you. Especially someone like me who has no patience. I do not like waiting for anyone. So, I want to hear what you guys think. If you guys find this video at all interesting, if you don't give a fuck, then, you know, fuck right you back. But if you find this at all interesting, let me know how you feel. Am I stupid in thinking that I should be upset for getting stood up, like, not once, but 3 times by the same 2 people? Alright, over and out.